Since first colonizing the United States, manned exploration has been essential to the growth and development of our country. Our nation was built upon manned exploration, from Lewis and Clark in the 1800s exploring the western frontier to the first space program Mercury sending men to space in the 1960s. However, while there are still new frontiers in space that need to be explored, federal funding is not adequately appropriating money for us to do so. According to the Office of Management and Budget, right now NASA's current budget, or the budget for 2010, provided $18.7 billion to focus on improving the nation's space capabilities, strengthening our competitive edge, and preparing the next generation of leaders in the field. However, if you look at the actual U.S. budget for 2010, also according to the Office of Management and Budget, our operating costs were $2.1 trillion. So if you figure that out, that's only 0.8% of the entire budget spent on NASA. So obviously you can see the discrepancy right there. Therefore, my partner and I advocate increasing the federal funding of manned space exploration, because not only will manned space exploration help us learn more about space, but it will also benefit those here on Earth. Just to be clear, we're not advocating taking any money away from robotics in space. We are solely advocating increasing manned space flight, because we first aim to inspire future generations of Americans to participate in math and sciences. Second, increase our medical and technological capabilities. And third, stimulate the stagnant economy. During this debate, my partner and I will focus on why we should increase funding and only briefly explain how this can be accomplished. So I will go through our three goals right now. According to Why Are We Wasting Money in Space article, the best thing that the Apollo program brought us is not a thing. The greatest benefit of Apollo was hundreds of thousands of kids in the 60s and 70s who studied science. Human space exploration is the best advertising campaign imaginable for students studying science. So as you can see by that, the Apollo missions during the Cold War, they've increased students' knowledge of the sciences and math and increased their want to actually study those subjects. But due to lack of federal funding, enrollment in maths and sciences has decreased in the past years. According to Higher Education, Science and Engineering by the National Science Foundation, the long-term trend has been for fewer students to enter engineering programs. From 1983 to 1990, engineering enrollment decreased sharply, followed by fluctuations and slower decline in the 1990s. So if we increased federal funding, we could hopefully increase the numbers of math and science students who will enter college and pursue those occupations in the future. Our second point was to increase, we should increase funding to increase our medical and technological capabilities. While we acknowledge that space does have its risks, such as the Challenger explosion and the Columbia explosion, we would like to acknowledge what manned space exploration has accomplished. So according to space history, education, space collectibles, and astronauts, we have a couple of different categories of how NASA and manned space exploration has helped us here on Earth. In regards to computer technology, we have gained advanced keyboards, computer software systems, database management systems, laser surveying, and aircraft control, just to name a few. When it comes to consumer, home, and recreation technology, we have gained enriched baby food, water purification systems, scratch-resistant lenses, and pool purification, again, just to name a few. Environmental and resource management, we've gained solar energy, weather forecasting aid, forest management, and sensors, and the list goes on and on. We have health and medicine benefits, industrial productivity and manufacturing technology, public safety, and transportation, which all have come from manned space exploration. Third, we'd like to show how increase in federal funding will stimulate the stagnant economy, and my partner will further touch on this point. But according to the same source, Space History Education and Space Collectibles, it has been conservatively estimated by U.S. space experts that for every dollar the U.S. spends in the space program, it receives $7 back in the form of corporate and personal income taxes for increased jobs and economic growth. So again, like I said, my partner will be further touching on that subject. And our plans in order to carry out this plan, we will transfer funds from NASA's Global Warming Department to NASA's Manned Space program because under President Obama, according to the Foundry, a conservative policy news blog, Obama is halting America's exploration of the unknown so we can explore global warming. According to Sentinel, the White House will direct NASA to concentrate on Earth science projects, principally researching and monitoring climate change. However, this is problematic because, according to the exact same site, the real reason is that liberals have long viewed NASA as a global warming research entity rather than the exploration agency that President John F. Kennedy ably set on a course to the stars. And this is despite the recent discoveries that NASA's global warming leaders, such as James Hansen, may have been manipulating data to suit their political needs for some time. So for these reasons, we advocate that we should increase funding for manned space exploration by taking money from global warming instead. Thank you.